Hey loves, I wanted to talk to you about Micheal and Alice. Um, when they were originally in the tank that's behind me on my left side, yes. We tried separating them to stop them breeding for a little bit because we just wanted to give them a break since they're our only pair that we're going to be breeding from now on. We bought some egg crate and we separated them, and mainly Micheal just kept either knocking it down or we get nice and stuck in there, and he would literally go under this little tiny crack, just poop under it, and he won it back with Alice. So they don't like being separated. So to kind of help that, we put them in the 55-gallon that has the yellow background. We emptied all of it out and we just put them in there. We also added some of our other discus that we had, our 2 males that we have left, and then a couple babies. The 1 babies are 4 of them is the ones that our daughter has attached to and said we cannot get rid of them. So they're permanently ours for now, technically hers. And then 1 guy that had a little bit like issues with just one of his eye that I can't call. So we end up keeping him too. If his eye, it kind of formed a little bit later on, so we didn't catch it when he was a baby. And these guys right here, these are from all the other pairs that we were breeding and so on. So all the ones that before. We only have the 2 males left. But these guys right here, we end up adding them all together. They range from 5.5 to 2.5 months. All of our tanks that we need to make sure that we do our more daily water changes are all inside of the same room to make it easier on us. Back to the tank with Micheal and Alice and the discus. We end up taking down our 75 to start with, and we end up just changing it up a bit and moving it into our living room. Then the big, huge piece of wood that was in the 75-gallon, we put in there with the discus and left it bare bottom to kind of help upkeep for now. It's not going to probably stay that way. We'll end up doing something in there for them eventually. But for now, that's just what it is. Inside of there with them, we have a pearl grommy that we've had for a couple years now. He lives in there with them. When all of these guys are gone, these guys will move over here, and then we will move Micheal and Alice out of the 55 with the other discus. George is really dominant, and Micheal and George fight over who's most dominant. Clearly Micheal is, but George refuses to back down. Nothing too concerning about what's been going on, but eventually we do need to make sure that they come out and are able to be in their own tank together. We do obviously want to continue breeding them too, so just having them in their own tank, obviously, that'll be helpful. So eventually we will try finding a better solution to help divide when we want when we want them to take a break in here. Clearly egg crate is not reasonable with Micheal. He refuses to let that happen. But we don't want something permanent either, so we'll definitely have to find a temporary solution of dividing them inside this tank behind us. Oh. We tucked down the 37-gallon. It was the one that I painted the sunset on the back. That was the more botanical style tank that had the wood and the leaves and stuff on the bottom. We ended up taking that completely down for now. For now, it's going to stay empty. We'll eventually do a different scape in it, but everyone got moved. The life that was in there, all the fish, they've gotten moved to their own little separate areas. All right, loves, so that was all. Thank you for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed.